Hello everyone, welcome to another movie review. I just got done seeing Last Night in Soho, Edgar Wright's new movie. Surprise Wednesday night showing in Dolby. If anybody doesn't know this, I guess I wasn't the only one. My friend Aaron had the same situation in California. For some reason, AMC was doing like a Wednesday night preview or something in Dolby only. And you couldn't get it. I mean, I think he got it through AMC, but somehow I couldn't find a listing for mine anywhere, so I had to get it through Fandango. But whatever, I'm happy to see the movie early, you know. I didn't mind seeing it in Dolby because it was actually very visually stunning. But I wasn't planning on, seeing it in a big format. But I said, you know what? Early showing, Dolby, okay, whatever. So yeah, I would recommend seeing it in Dolby if you're like really hyped for this movie, because I will say I was kind of hyped for this because I haven't seen an Edgar Wright movie in theaters before, and I'm a huge fan. Baby Driver was his recent one. I think that's the last one he did, right? Which was 4 years ago, which was really good, obviously. But the big one for me is Shaun of the Dead. I'm wearing the t-shirt right here. It's one of my favorite movies of all time. I literally quote it on a daily basis, and I'm not exaggerating. I love Shaun of the Dead to death. The whole Cornetto trilogy is great, but that one in particular. And he also did Scott Pilgrim, which I'm not a huge fan of that movie. I know a lot of people are. But needless to say, I was hyped. I was hyped. Not super hyped, but I was. And, Anya Taylor-Joy, Anya, I don't know how you say her name properly. I'm a huge fan of hers, in The Witch, which is my favorite movie of hers. Obviously in The Queen's Gambit recently, she was great in that. Should have won the Emmy. Thomasin McKenzie is the main actress in this. I've seen her in two things only, I believe. Jojo Rabbit, which she was great in, and then Old, which I watched recently, the M. Night Shyamalan movie. She was good in that too. Different kind of role though, I'll just say that. But she was great in this movie as the lead. So this is the first time I've seen her be the lead, and yeah, she killed it. Anya Taylor-Joy, of course, killed it as well. Matt Smith is the other lead in this, as the villain-ish kind of character. He was good too. There wasn't much substance with him, but like as a intimidating, antagonist, he did a good job. And I'm not too familiar with Matt Smith. I've only seen him in Terminator Genesis, which is everybody's favorite movie. I've never seen his Doctor Who. It's one of the better Doctor Who's from what I hear. But he was good in it. But I gotta say, I'm a little bit underwhelmed with the movie. I think it's because I hyped myself up for it. I think that's the main issue. I mean, the trailers looked very promising, very mysterious, and I'm glad like Edgar Wright took on a horror movie. Like it is a horror movie. It's a mystery, but it has so much horror in it. Like Shaun of the Dead's a horror comedy, so but this was like a full-on. I mean, I wouldn't say full-on horror, but like as close to horror as he has gotten, basically. And the horror elements were good. Like the scares, there are scares throughout it. And they were really well done. Like the visuals, like I mentioned earlier, were excellent. Like everything about like capturing the 1960s and all that stuff was really well done. But the movie, something about it, just I don't know. I don't know how to explain it. I'm just kind of underwhelmed. Now, I know I'm not the only one, because after the screening, I went to the bathroom and there was people in the bathroom. They saw my shirt. They're like, "Oh, you watched Soho with us, right?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I was in the same theater as you." And we were talking about how we were kind of underwhelmed with the movie. And yeah, that seems to be the consensus. But yeah, it wasn't bad. Like, don't get me wrong. Like, if you're hyped for this movie, I'm happy for you. Like, you're probably gonna like it, because I did like it. It's just I didn't love it, and I thought I would. And it's one of those. It's one of those. Sort of like, I don't know if I should compare it to Dune, but like Dune, I thought I was going to love. I didn't love. I gave it a 9 out of 10, I think, in my review, which is a really good grade, obviously. But like, it's mostly for the technical aspects. And the same thing applies here. This movie was technically amazing, but the story wasn't bad. It's just, I don't know. There's not enough, if that makes any sense. There's not enough substance. I don't know. I really don't know how to explain it. There are twists and turns and reveals and stuff like that. And you know what? I didn't have a problem with any of the reveals, really. I thought they were pretty well executed. I'll do a spoilers talk at the end of the video, as I normally do, so don't worry about spoilers. But, and I also got to mention, this is not a spoiler. There's no post-credit scene, okay? Because when I talked to those guys after the movie, they were like, was there anything after the credits? Because I had to go pee, and I didn't want to wait. And I was like, oh, no, there's nothing. Because during the credits, as soon as they start playing, there's like little pictures that pop up. Like, you'll see what I mean when you watch the movie. And that will lead you to believe, wait, there's probably something after the credits. Because there's nothing after the credits. So if you don't want to stay and you got to go pee, because there's nothing. So don't worry about it. But yeah, I don't know. It was it was good. I'm sorry to let anybody down if I'm letting you down, but like, I don't know. All the performances were great. I do like the concept too. I don't know how specific the trailers were, but the character Ellie, played by Thomasin McKenzie, she's seeing visions of a girl from the 60s, Anya Taylor-Joy, and she sees things happen to her, and it starts taking hold of her life, and but yeah, it was interesting. So, and also I noticed at the beginning of the movie there was like a little tribute, like this says this movie's for a certain person who passed away. I don't know who it is. I believe it was a woman's name, so I don't know who that person is. But yeah, I mean, there's also a lot of family themes in the movie too. I don't want to delve too much into that, but yeah, I don't know. The movie had a lot of things going on, but just something about it was missing for me. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. I definitely give this at least like an 8 out of 10. I'm not dying to watch it again. But I would like to go back and look at things. Because, Edgar Wright does this thing in his movies. Like, he'll plant little seeds early on, and then later in the movie, So this one I would actually rewatch to see, like, the hidden things. And also I'm curious, like, how did he come up with this story? Because I believe this is an original story, like, completely. Like, he didn't base this off anything. So, and I think it was written by him and another person, I just noticed in the credits. So I'm just curious where the story came from. I assume like he'll do a commentary for it, so I'll probably end up buying this movie, But yeah, it was good. I'd give it. I think I'm just gonna go 8 out of 10. I think that's fair. Yeah. So just a little bit underwhelmed. I'm sorry to say that, but it's just how I feel. So yeah, definitely check it out though. It's not bad by any means. It's just for me something was missing, and I don't know what it is. I don't know. Being kind of vague. But yeah, go see the movie and support, Edgar Wright, obviously. He's one of the greatest. So yeah. Anyways, I think I'm going to talk spoilers now. So leave the video if you haven't seen it. Trust me, because I'm going to reveal the twist and all kinds of shit. So just leave the video. Alright, so spoilers. So the big reveal at the end is that the woman, that's the tenant, I guess you could say, for where, Ellie's living, is actually Sandy. That's her, older. Now, I was thinking early on, I was like, wait a minute, what if Sandy's that old lady? You know what I mean? I bet everybody was thinking that. But then they do the thing where it looks like she was killed, so you assume, oh, it can't be her because she was killed. And then they do that twist, oh, she wasn't killed. She was killing all the men. Now, I gotta say, I didn't see that one coming at all. I was thinking maybe there could be a chance she didn't actually die and she is the old lady, but I didn't see the twist of her killing all those guys coming. I did not see that. And then the fact that she hid all the bodies in the floorboards, which I can totally understand now, is like a huge manifestation of spirits. That explains why, I guess, she can see all that stuff, Ellie. So I guess that's how, unless she has some like weird psychic ability, because even before she goes to Soho, she sees her mother in the mirror and stuff like that. So like she probably has some like weird ability or something. And they also delve into the mental illness side of things also, like her mother killed herself, and yeah, like all that stuff was really well done. Like her character portrayal, like her anxiety and all that stuff was really good. But for me, the movie just, like, when I mentioned earlier, there was something missing. Like, I felt like the movie was always at anxiety at 100%. Like, her anxiety was at, like, 100 at all times, which, I wish there was more calmer moments a little bit in the second and third acts. Mainly, like, the first act is fine, but, like, yeah, I don't know. It was just a little much for me. And, like I said, the reveal at the end, I thought it was interesting. She does burn in the fire and dies, and I guess that was a real ending. Like, it wasn't a dream. She actually did. Her and the boyfriend, got out of there and made it out, and are making it big now. So I hope that's a true ending. I don't know. She sees Sandy in the mirror again, which I don't know. But yeah, I'm sure there's going to be tons of videos like explaining the movie and stuff like that. But yeah, I don't know what other spoilers to mention. Yeah, I think that's it. Just like the big twist at the end. And like I said, I sort of predicted it, but not really, that she was Sandy. And also, you know what? I'm thinking now. Didn't she drink poison? Was that poison? What was that? Or was it just knockout juice? She gave her the tea and she drank it and she started like getting lightheaded. So I'm like, that's poison, right? Or is it because she's talking about how she won't kill her like the others? So I thought it would be some sort of like, like a poison. But I guess maybe it was just something to knock her out, and then she would have, I don't know. Unless it was poison and somehow the doctors in the ambulance, they got it out of her. I don't know. But like I said, who knows if that ending's like a dream or not? I don't know. But yeah, I think that's it. Yeah, so I've been going on for 12 minutes, so I'm going to stop. Yeah, so like I said, 8 out of 10. Let me know what you guys thought in the comments. And yeah, that's about it. So next week should be Eternals, right? And I'm going to be in Orlando when I go see that. So I won't be in this setting. I'll be elsewhere. But yeah, I'm excited for Eternals. It's going to be a different kind of movie. So, but yeah, look forward to that, I guess. And thanks for watching. Bye-bye.